jobless claims that came out for the last week, 3.283 million. That was at the very high end of what had been anticipated even by those who were really out on a limb guessing on some of those things. That's what made that need for the $2 trillion stimulus package that the Senate passed late last night so important. Joining us right now to talk about that on the phone is Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley. He is the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee. And Senator Grassley, thank you for being with us this morning. I'm sure you saw the jobless claims number. What did you think when you saw it?
It doesn't surprise me at all, and probably next week it will be just as high, and that's exactly why we should have been passing this legislation on Monday, not on Wednesday night at 11:30, and now tomorrow, Friday, in the House of Representatives. It's just critical. The government has shut down business, governments federal, state, and local. And it's through no fault of those employees or the small businesses that had to lay them off. And I hope that this $2 trillion that we're putting from the Treasury into the federal, or into the economy, and I hope that the leveraging of the money that the Fed's doing, plus the stabilization fund that we put into this legislation of $4.5 billion, $450 billion, will also leverage so that we get about a $6 trillion kick to the economy out of this. And I think that particularly the small business part, which will help your restaurant employees and all that, that will, I think the banks are ready to go on that very, very quickly. And those are forgivable loans if they keep the people on the payroll. So it's going to take a long time to turn this around, but this is really going to help do it.
Senator, I assume you're hearing from small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and probably large businesses in your constituency. What have you heard from them, and what's the message you've taken back to your colleagues, some of whom didn't want to pay out quite as much when it came to unemployment benefits, too?
Well, I think that obviously this is a bipartisan bill passing 96-0. And it needs to be bipartisan in a time of conflict like we're having right now in the public health problem. The public has to know that they're pulling together. I think at the grassroots they are. And what I heard from my small business was, first of all, probably the shock. I probably didn't hear as much as you would normally hear. I mean, I think people are just shocked. There's a lot of anxiety out there. I hope this bill helps reduce that anxiety. But to help people over this hump that's no fault of their own, and just think, a month ago, we thought we had the strongest economy ever, and was going to keep going forever. And so this is a real shock. But to help people over the hump, individuals should be getting a $1,200 check, married couples $2,400 check, $500 for kids. Then the unemployment that you're talking about, that there may have been some conflict over, but it's a beefed up amount of money going to people that are unemployed, and this is just hopefully get us through the next 90 days. Hopefully this economy's turned around, and when I say hopefully, and it turns out 90 days not to be as hopeful as we thought, we'll be back here trying to tackle the same thing again.
Senator Grassley, I want to thank you for your time, and we will check in with you again very shortly. That's Senator Chuck Grassley.